Hi, I'm Matt. Welcome to KickOff Sport.
I'm Sam.
And today we're going to be giving you the heads up on all the Premier League action.
Yeah. Let's just do a rundown of the sports news in general. So, top stories.
Okay, Sergio Agüero would be the latest one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What the hell happened there?
I don't mean to laugh. Obviously, it was a terrible accident. But my notes are that he's going to be out for between 2 to 4 weeks after the taxi he was in, which was going to the airport, crashed into a lamppost.
What an absolute disgrace that was. I think he was in Amsterdam. He might have been... Was he there for a game or something? I can't remember. I know the Champions League was on, but that's better than... when the news first broke, it was all a bit extreme. They were saying he was going to be out for a lot longer than that, so it's not too bad. And City got a lot of cover, but that's not what he wanted, especially I think he's like one goal away from breaking Man City's goal-scoring record as well, and he missed a penalty in the middle of the week, so bad times for Sergio Agüero, I guess.
Well, they're playing today. And it works.
Big game today.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say big game. It's just Chelsea. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just a nice little 3-0 there. Yeah. Because he's generally, he was the one who won him the Premier League last time with that little goal after, right in the nail biter. So
that was the time before last. But yeah, absolutely, he's been there. But he and David Silva have been their two best players since all the money came in. So. He ain't going to be out for that long, really. He'll be back, and I think Gabriel Jesus will probably pick up from now between whenever he comes back, I guess about a month.
I think generally all the hype behind it was because of the pictures. He was in one of them, do you know those weird-looking Chrysler ones that kind of look like hot rods but aren't hot rods?
Mm-hmm.
Like with the kind of weird front. Yeah, it was that, and the whole front of that was mullered, and by lamppost it was about a foot wide. It just looked like a massive cement bollard. I was like, lamppost? That's the thickest lamppost I've ever seen.
Right, and I think a lot of people didn't really read into the facts, or maybe the news broke so early they didn't get a lot of them. They thought he was driving and was doing something stupid. It's not as big a deal as it seemed, but still not ideal, especially with City's first real big domestic challenge coming up today.
Well, yeah, they're top of the league now, and they're kind of matched with Man U. Apart from there's a 4 difference on goals, and they've both got the same points. So really, with all big games, because Man U's playing today. Chelsea's playing today, obviously. So is Tottenham. Watford, who are 6th, they're playing as well. And really,
Man City destroyed Watford not too long ago as well.
Yeah, but they're still. They're just behind Liverpool. They're ahead of Arsenal. So really, it's pretty close at the top. So maybe his absence is going to prove interesting for the game this evening. What other stories have you got? I've got, apparently Rafa Benitez was chirping, who's now the manager of Newcastle, was chirping on about how, he wouldn't rule out a potential return to Liverpool in the future.
I'm sure he wouldn't. Last I heard, he still lives there.
That Liverpool money. Yeah, whatever, really. Unless Liverpool really nosedive, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, well, there is a lot of, whether he's right or wrong, there's a lot of pressure building on Klopp right now. Because defensively, how bad Liverpool have been, they've made a stuttering start to the season. I think it would be ridiculously premature to fire him. And Benitez has done all right for himself, I guess, even though he's at Newcastle. He utterly failed at Real Madrid and went to Newcastle. It was a big drop, but he's brought him back and whatnot. But I don't see Liverpool taking a step back. I don't see the point.
No. Out of 6 games, they won 3, drew 2, lost 1. The goal difference is 1 with 12, 4 and 11 against. They're 5th, and it's only 6 games in. You know what I mean? It's no major thing. If they were I'd say below 10th coming into Christmas, then I mean it'd be a bit like halfway, then it'd be a big issue, you know what I mean? I think people are generally quite premature when it comes to that sort of stuff.
I agree, I think it's premature. Having said that, I think the issue is also that this isn't a new thing, that this has been Liverpool's problem for a long time, and it looks like nothing's been done to address it. Yeah, during the summer thereafter, Virgil van Dijk from Southampton didn't happen. They got no one else in, and defensively they're as frail as they've ever been. So I guess the frustration comes from not just where they are, but where they have been since Klopp came in.
What other stories?
I think Dele Alli's suspension just came in, got like a 1-game ban. I think it's an international ban. I'm not quite sure how it, but he got a ban for flipping the finger at Kyle Walker or something. It was a whole big deal that no one cares about, really. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it for the news.
Well,
unless you've got something on it.
Yeah, obviously you can remember last week, David Luiz,
Sure.
Chelsea news. Obviously, after his tackle, is starting his match ban now, and Eden Hazard's getting his first start as a replacement, as it were. I figure they've switched the squad up a little bit in terms of formation to accommodate him. So yeah, David Luiz out, Hazard in. So let's just do a quick rundown of the games that are going to be played today. The first game kicking off at 12:30 is Huddersfield versus Tottenham. Bournemouth, Leicester, West Brom, Watford, West Ham, Swansea, Stoke City, Southampton, and then Man U, Crystal Palace, and Chelsea, Man City. Really, I mean, it's a kind of, I hate to be cliche, but matches of two tables, if you know what I mean. Obviously, you got Man U and Chelsea at the top with Man City. So, I mean, in terms of switching things around at the top, obviously the Chelsea-Man City game is going to be interesting. Man U's sitting pretty in second. You got Watford against West Brom. Watford are obviously 6th in the table. Huddersfield, they're 8th. The other teams, you got a couple teams in the middle, but West Ham, Bournemouth, Leicester and Stoke are like right stone dead at the bottom. Crystal Palace have got no points so far, so you got to figure Man U's going to do a nice little, 50-0.
50-0. I expect United to win, but they struggled at Southampton. Roy Hodgson, I imagine, is trying to make Crystal Palace more defensive.
We can't make them any less.
True. They'll lose, but I expect it won't be a cricket score. The Leicester need to kick their seat. They've not been playing bad, but they've just not been able to get a win, which they need to start doing, because before you know it, this could snowball. And it's not like, last season they had the excuse of they had Champions League football in the background. Season before that is when they went on to win the league. So this is really Leicester kind of returning to normality, having to find their own way.
Well, you got to figure if Leicester City do get relegated, they're going to win the Championship. So, I mean, they'll have a Premier League and a Championship under there.
Not necessarily.
They might find it more comfortable.
They might never get back up. Look at Leeds. Especially because their big stars will go. Vardy won't go to the Championship. Mahrez wants out anyway. Michael will go.
Do you feel
all their big players will leave?
Do you think Vardy should have jumped ship when he had the chance?
Yes.
I'll agree.
He got offered an Arsenal move. He should have
gone. So let's talk scores. Huddersfield versus Tottenham.
Huddersfield have had a good start to the season, but I expect Spurs to walk them over. I'll say 3-0.
I'll go for 2-1 for that.
Okay.
I'll go for 2-1. I think that'll be close. Bournemouth, Leicester City. Bournemouth mid-table, I think, if I do recall correctly.
They'll be near the bottom as well. They haven't had a great. They've both had similar seasons. They've been playing pretty well, but haven't been able to see the win out.
Yep.
I'll go for Leicester 2-1.
2-1. I'll go 1-0.
To who?
I'll go Bournemouth 1-0.
Okay.
Then West Brom versus Watford.
Watford, not too bad of a start to the season, but will that Man City thing take away from them? I don't know. West Brom are very defensive. I'm gonna go 1-0 West Brom.
Okay, 1-0 West Brom. I'll go 2-0 Watford.
Okay.
West Ham Swansea City.
Oh, can West Ham? I'm gonna go score draw. 1-1.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd say 0-0.
Okay.
Stoke City Southampton.
Oh, Southampton are a weird one. The Stoke alone, Mark Hughes' experiment is not particularly worked. I don't think it's a bad idea though. I expect them to put out 1-0. No. 2-1 Stoke.
I'd say 2-0 to Southampton. Man U Crystal Palace.
Oh, it's got Man United win over it. I'm 3-0 Man United.
See, I think this one will be a tight one. I think the scoring one's going to be Chelsea Man City. What did you say for Man U Crystal again?
3-0 to Man United.
See, that's what I was thinking. But then I think maybe it won't be so. Okay, I'll go with 3-0. I'll match that as well. Chelsea Man City. You're craving a Chelsea win, yeah?
I am indeed, but to be objective, Man City have looked the best team in the league so far, but this is their first real big threat.
Agüero's out,
Agüero is out. 2-0 Chelsea.
You gotta think Man City are gonna score. I'll say 3-2 to Chelsea.
Wow.
Okay. So that's our scores for the upcoming games today. Yeah, would you like to close the show and tell them how we'll be back tomorrow to cover the Sunday and talk about the scores and the big things in the games?
3 more games tomorrow. I hope for the Chelsea win. We'll see. Come back tomorrow to see how incredibly wrong we may have been.
Okay.
I am Matt.
And I'm Sam. And we'll see you for more KickOff Sports.
That's what we're called.